till yesterday. Or no, I didn't see him yesterday. Did I see him this morning? No, I didn't see him this morning either. It's been a little bit absent lately.
He passed it on all of his children, too.
I'm gonna have to order more Guinness.
Asking me where I was when, because they were talking about watching Nixon be impeached, or maybe the press conference that came after, and having a TV out in their backyard. He told me this great story, and he asked me where I was, and I was 7 months fetus.
The man was a notoriously slow grader. I mean, you know, you could have a baby in the time it takes to
Dr. Dailey, this is a computer. A lot more efficient.
I really wanted to impress Dr. Dailey with this knockout lead, and so I was working on it, just getting all the nouns right and the verbs right, and you know, the adjectives, and it was going to be wonderful. And he walked over to me and he said, "It's not art, it's journalism."
I don't see how he can possibly retire, frankly, because there's no way that he's going to be able to get all the junk out of the office that's on the first floor. I mean, it's going to take years. I'm sorry, it's going to take years.
Shalom.
The Joe Dailey drinking game? Everybody knows about the Joe Dailey drinking game.
That reminds me of the story about Edward R. Murrow.
You mean the thing where he tells Edward R. Murrow stories? Like
Edward R. Murrow.
remember clearly the foundation for the Joe Dailey drinking game. It started in his communication theory classes.
I mean, he's always talking about all these old war correspondents. It's unending.
Well, that naturally leads me to a story about an old war reporter named Marty Gershon. War correspondent! Marty Gershon.
Every time the name came up, they would take another glass of beer, which meant two things: an empty keg and a lot of really, really loaded students.
Things that are older than Joe Dailey. Well, besides Joe Hammer.
Probably typewriter ribbon, and I bet if you look under the papers in his office, you can probably find some.
Let me tell you what's younger than Joe Dailey. May Hall, Voorhees are younger than Joe Dailey. The Barstow building is younger than Joe Dailey, and in better shape.
He saw the earth formed. That's why he has that interesting kind of head, which obviously caught to mind. But yeah, no, nothing's older than Joe than God.
Things that I'll remember most about Dailey are that he's been an incredible service to students, particularly in the area of journalism and the area of volunteerism through Habitat, things like that. And he's a scholar from the old school. Something I deeply respect is that he reminds me of colleagues that I've had over the years.
I'm going to ask you to think.
Says something about what a kind soul he is. I mean, this is a guy who was asked by a student to stand in as father of the bride. And this is the kind of connection that he has with his students. And so I think that will be the biggest gap that will that Joe Dailey's absence will bring.
Good luck, Dr. Dailey. I wish you great luck in your retirement. We want to miss you. And salam alaikum.
Joe, you have clearly shaped the communication department at Carroll, and your influence is going to be felt for years to come. As an inheritor of that which you have left here, you've left us in a wonderful place with a wonderful reputation, and we will miss you very much. I wish you all of the best in retirement. You are very deserving.
He takes the time to talk to students. I knew that if I was ever sort of losing my way, that I could go into Joe Dailey's office and he'd kind of sit there and he'd pause and he'd say, Let me ask you this.
Why don't we have the professor tell me all the kinds of things that he knows about freedom of expression, and then I'll take notes, and maybe he'll ask me questions on the final exam, which is exactly what we're not going to do today.
When Joe walks out that door for the last time, and hopefully becomes an Emeriti as quickly as possible, it will really, I think, put a stamp on the end of an era at Carroll College. Joe is really, I guess, the last of the founding fathers of that department.
Not many people have their ultra important career dreams and as beautifully as I have. I count myself very, very lucky on that. Gosh, I'm so fortunate. The trip to the campus was something to really look forward to. That's like asking somebody who's addicted to playing pool what gets you through the front door of the pool hall. That was no effort at all. My office is the way it is because I studied feng shui, and a lot of people don't know that, but I studied with an Irish master, and the rules are a little bit different from the Oriental masters, and so what you're striving for is exactly enough footage on your floor so that you can walk from one side of the room to the other, and you feel very successful in Irish feng shui if you can see 1 square foot of desk space. I cannot begin to put in a few words what I would like Barb to hear from me. We started this so long ago together, and we don't have time for the very many words it would take for me to express my deep appreciation for what a terrific partner she's been in this adventure. Is aimed at somebody. So, to the best of life, to our alums, to great good happiness, to the students who will join us in the future. Sláinte.
Did he ever have hair? No. Joe Dailey is the cause of Emmer and I losing our hair. Since I started at Carroll, I've never seen a wisp of hair growing out of the top of his head. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Come on, Doc. Doc, one story and then we'll go. You and I met when I was a drunken freshman, when I was a drunken sophomore and junior and senior too. You said, lad, what do you want to do with your life? I just changed from a psychology major because the thought of my professor having sex made me flip out because she taught developmental psych, and I couldn't even think about the fact I won't mention names. She's not here. So you said, what do you want to do? And I said, Doc, I want to do everything. And he said, you got a lot of work. And since that time, I've been fortunate, and you have been the foundation of everything that I've done. You are the man who gave me the wings to grow and to think and to go out and explore the world of journalism. And for that, it's a gift from me, but it's a gift from all of your students. Enjoy. You can open it up now. And I'll give this to you guys. Dr. Dailey. That's yours.
Oh.